Welcome, welcome, and it's time. It's time to be prepared for the week, getting those new updated weekly expected moves, some of the best support and resistance that you will ever see. And we can actually consider them when talking about things like price action and certain moves that are happening with the technical side of things. So today we're going to get into some technical analysis. We're going to talk about some price action, but we're also going to give you those updated weekly expected moves, which are 68% zones that I calculate using the options data. So this is what's expected from the options market for the week ahead. And we want to see, do we have enough reasons here to believe that this daily can cross to the upside and break out and actually give us a new all-time high this week? The weekly expected move suggesting that that is very possible, but the lower one suggesting, hey, what if we retest those lows first? So let's get into it. We will be going over the SPY, the QQQs, a little bit of IWM. We'll give you daily expected moves for those. We'll give you the weeklies for the SPY and the Qs, but we're also going to talk about volatility today. Remember, volatility, very important to be crossing down on the daily scale. Some weekly stuff going on here that suggests that something really bad could happen. That's why yesterday we went over that macro side, the 10-year, 2-year suggesting, hey, this is a period of time where we can see some disruption in the market, some kind of correction or even crash, but the dollar not exactly doing the things the dollar wants to do to give you that kind of bull trap to the upside that it's really, really formed at this point. So the dollar saying, hey, yeah, we could extend a little higher. The 10-year, 2-year is really screaming, hey, watch out for risk at any point. And this is something to pay attention to. You want this weekly to cross down, and we want to get down towards 1212. So we will go over volatility towards the end of this video. But I think it's important to go into the 2-hour chart, right? If we want to see if that daily chart can curl to the upside, well, then we have to do our homework on the 2-hour chart. I've kind of gotten a rejection high or low here from the 2 hours. So let's just read off some weekly expected moves and get into it. We see 702.93 to the upside. So if we test this high, if we break through that, that means that we have a good likelihood, right? You test these levels 75% of the time, you will see a weekly expected move tag. 702.93 to the upside would be something on your radar. If we need to retest those lows, though, 675.93, the options market saying we can come retest these lows, then that's where we can start to make some of our analysis. But first, the daily expected move, 693.01. And we have 685.22. So implied volatility across the board from the weekly and the daily standpoint, kind of soaking up just a little bit. It's still there. It's definitely still a higher IV for this week and for the day. But overall, from what we've seen the past week, it is a little bit lighter, just so you are aware. Right now, we're in those sellers. Okay, so right now we are retesting those sellers. We're doing the price action things we need to do on the 30-minute to tell us that this 2-hour can go positive. But just in case there's ever a failure, I like to say something that's always on my mind, which is, what is the risky thing here? The risky confirmation here, the bearish confirmation here would be that we are going to break down in some way. We are going to see this 2-hour actually curl down into negative territory. So right away, I can look at this and go, well, next week, if I'm in a bullish trade or something like that, and I see this 2-hour confirmed down, I need to mitigate risk in some fashion. That 2-hour curling down is going to be curling into what? Negative territory. So that would be the overall risky thing. But I would probably need to do my homework on the 30-minute and see that the 30-minute is kind of coiling up in this area. Maybe the 30-minute crossing down could tell me about some kind of risk as well. If we pull up this RSI for a moment, we can see that we do not have forms of divergence from this RSI, and we can see that the MACD does have a light form of divergence right here, but it is not confirmed. So if the 30-minute is able to curl down early on in the week, it would say, hey, a little bit of caution with that. You are seeing one signal here from the MACD that would suggest if we do it right away, that 2-hour can confirm down. So maybe I want to be patient and make sure that that can curl back to the upside, maybe after tagging a daily expected move. But as the signals stand, it is positive and positive territory. We have retested these levels. We have done the left, the head, and the right shoulder that could have been. So we're making that new high. We are not curled down right now. We're curled to the upside, which means for Monday, we most likely will be paying attention to that 693.01. We overall stated that if you make this new high and you have a successful higher low, which we do with the confirmation at this point by the center line, then you are very likely to come retest into this level where that complete breakdown did happen. Now, from this perspective here, this would say that the 2-hour has a good shot to go to the upside and test the high and go make a new one. So if price action wants to get on your side, right, then you would like to see this level taken out. You would like to see a nice move here, maybe a retest at some point. But because we have been built up for some time here, look for an expansion type move to happen here. That means that overall right now, if we do not roll on the 2-hour chart for the SPY, then we do have an opportunity for some kind of squeeze. This is very cool to do for the Qs right after we discussed this yesterday with the macro video, right? Hopefully you did get an opportunity to view that. Go view that. It is going to be a very good, informative video of a couple of things that I watch for when going into a time like, hey, should I be prepared as a trader for the game to change, for some kind of correction, for some kind of bear market, for some kind of crash? And I overall went over that information that I like to look at. And I think you are at that period of time, but the dollar is very important to watch there to tell you that we can see an extension. Can this daily curl up? It is far away from the center line, so we would watch for any kind of failure, but can it curl up right now? Right? The last time that we were kind of deep down towards these areas of negative territory, we formed a 2-hour divergence that was able to cross up, and it did roll again. This was the risky time to crash. This was a risky time. This was a risky time. This was a risky time. But if we see a 2-hour divergence here, a 2-hour higher low here, then that would actually say that this daily has a good probability to turn up for a moment. We could pay attention to failure, but for now, for the next couple of trading sessions, we want to say, okay, well, we tested that low. We came and made just a barely higher low at this point. We have curled up closer to the center line. You see the MACD was down here. We have curled up closer to the center line. That means closer to going into a positive trend. That means closer to continuing to do what? Make a high, carve out that higher low, and break through to make the new high, right? Some kind of positive trend. So as of right now, that looks good. The risky thing for now would be curling down here. So if we're needing to retest those lows or see some kind of major disruption right now, then we can pay attention to the weekly expected move of 592.54. We also have to the upside 625.08. So if we're going to continue and see some kind of new high here, where would that new high most likely take place? That would most likely take place towards 625.08. Now that can take all the way to Friday to get to. So if this is able to curl down, then I can also look for a test of 592.54, which would potentially make a new low, and we'll have to be very critical of market. So if this curls down, I have to be aware that that is not a bullish thing. That is a rotation down in a negative trend. It's not necessarily a good thing, but the confirmation right now is to the upside. So for the 30-minute chart getting into the daily expected moves, we see something very similar to the SPY. We kind of see forms of divergence on your MACD, but you don't see that from the RSI. We have taken out that level, which tells you that, hey, unless this is crossing down, there's a little bit of risk if this crosses down that you can make a new low and start to head to that weekly expected move. But your daily expected move is saying if you cross down, watch 603.81. Yes, it is risky, but 603.81 is where you want to watch, and 613.81 to the upside. So nice flat numbers there, kind of. But this isn't confirmed down yet, right? That's going to be a reactionary thing early on in the week. This is confirmed to the upside. So if we're just going to continue, we're actually going to break out and test these levels. Well, look what's right in the center of that, your daily expected move. So the higher likelihood, as the confirmations sit, and we need to trade like water and react if that confirms down. But for now, it would suggest, hey, we're coiling up and ready to make an extension up to that 613.81 by the end of Monday. This is a very simple way to look at markets as of right now, not talking about some kind of major crash or some kind of bait to get you to click the video to suffice for some kind of narrative. This is just what the charts are suggesting with how they sit right now. That means that the Qs right now, 2-hour is looking to go into positive territory. The 30-minute is positive in positive territory. So if that continues, wipes out divergence, we can continue the upside. And the 2-hour chart, if that's not rotating down, then there's really not a lot of risk here going into next week. Getting into IWM, I really like this 30-minute chart. The 30-minute chart here kind of struggling by that center line. So anytime that really rotates down and kind of makes new lows, I would be cautious. The daily expected move is there, 261.99 to the downside, 267.23 to the upside. Looking for that to just continue to do what it's going to do right now, which is the bullishness, right? This is a bullish confirmation still. It is on a bullish tilt, but it is really close to the center line where if the 30-minute rotates down, I have to react in some way. Pretty much as it sits, if the 2-hour does what it's going to do here, right? If the 2-hour rotates down, I have to be very careful. But remember that the IWM with price action has already done something great. We suggested during the live video, you need to take out this level. We created those divergences. So we said, thank you to IWM for telling us. Boom, to the upside. We got it. We made the new high. We did this live too. And then we saw the new high. So coming down to create the higher low was the most probable thing, right? Left head and right shoulder that could have been We make the right shoulder that could have been, and we confirm. We kind of see an unconfirmation and confirm back. So you're kind of in some chop right now, but as of right now, this would still position itself as a higher low, right? The higher low scenario is what we're really watching from this 2-hour chart because we took out this level of 265. We may be dumping off to go grab liquidity within that gap, which is exactly what ended up happening, but we haven't seen that explosive move to the upside just yet. So early on next week, we want to pay attention to one thing here, which is if I'm bullish on this, I say this is a higher low and I'm in and I want this to go make a new high and maybe go to a weekly expected move, which we give out on Patreon. All the other weekly expected moves we do give out on Patreon. Well, then this 2-hour curling down would immediately go against my trade. So if the 2-hour curls down here, it means that something is overall going wrong. So that would be my cautious signal that would say, hey, be careful here, take some money off the table. This is not going the way you want. But as of right now, it's curled up in positive territory. That would be something to react to. As of right now, it's trying to say that this is a higher low. And if we get that breakout early next week, we can start to talk about more and more things and more opportunities for some kind of upside, as long as we don't roll down in the near future. Now, we've been talking about volatility. We talked about the VIX push. We talked about getting some kind of lower high over here. We even talked about a lower high on the shorter time frames right over here. And we're starting to get all of those things. So now you're seeing all the talks that we give, every video start to come to fruition right now. Is this daily likely to curl down? That's the homework we were doing over the last week. Well, the 2-hour chart here would have to give you a lower high. We kind of chop back and forth for a moment, but you notice that we do get this little left head and right shoulder, and we do see that we are confirming down by that center line. It's really close to the center line. That tells us that unless we're getting a reaction up, right? The risky thing here, when I know not to be bullish, is if that 2-hour whips back to the upside, I want to be very cautious. But that's not happening right now. As of right now, you are looking for this to get a nice squeeze. You are looking for this to break to the downside as you are curling down in negative territory. That tells you you have a lower high that has confirmed here, and we just need to start making those new lows. This means the daily chart for volatility is likely to fail. Once again, you do have risky signals on the weekly for the VIX, but that's not necessarily at the same time. We don't see the divergence on the MACD and RSI at the same time. So that means we always be aware of failures. And as of right now, with the 2-hour confirmation, that would say that the daily chart is going to confirm down if the daily are highly probable to do that. So if the daily chart does confirm down early next week, we would be looking for more squeeze type opportunities. The 30-minute chart here, if we want to get a reaction early on next week, you do not have any reversal, right? I like to say, hey, if the 2-hour turning up is the risky thing, can I do my homework on the 30-minute chart? And the 30-minute chart here is not suggesting that we have some kind of divergence or anything like that. And when the last time the 2-hour chart was able to give us that lower high, you notice that we made these 2 points. We at least had a divergence on the MACD, not the RSI at the same time. Once again, telling you that the momentum here was not necessarily dead to the downside, but did have a reversal signal to watch out for. Do we see that in the near price action? No, we do not. We do not see a divergence. We do not see a higher low. If we see those things, we will be mentioning it on this channel because that is what can tell you that the risky thing can happen. But as of right now, all the confirmations are pointing towards some kind of upward move. We'll have to see if we remain in that range we've been in for some time, but this does suggest that we should be paying close attention to the fact that this 2-hour chart has confirmed. We've got kind of a rejection higher low. I'm not the biggest fan of rejection higher lows, but we do have a for sure higher low on the 30-minute. So unless we are rolling early on next week, unless we do not see some kind of upward move that makes a new high by the end of the week, then really the risk here is not that there's going to be more downside, but that the risk is that we're actually going to see more upside according to these signals. But we do know the stock market moves. The stock market does what the stock market wants to do. Trump does what he kind of wants to do, and he can cause some disruption. So we will be watching these things very carefully. But as of right now, with our macro video yesterday and our video for today coming to fruition, we actually see that most of the confirmations as of the beginning of the week are leaning towards some kind of squeeze to the upside. I hope that this information was very helpful to you. I tried to make it very concise, very precise in the information that we gave out. But if anything, hopefully the way you're trading, you can utilize some weekly expected moves. As of right now, the trade setup would say that the weekly expected move upside would be a nice 2-hour swing to break through this level, make that new high. And then if we make it towards that 702.93 level by the end of the week, it would say be ready to back off for some kind of pullback. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Spend some time with family, get reloaded for the week, and we'll have more information coming out for you all week long. Peace out.